What is up? It is your boy Brandon Groce coming at you, self-taught designer, and today we're going to be talking about how you should charge your clients, and we're not talking about hourly rate. Let's get into it. So today we're going to keep it real simple, nice, clean, like me. Graphic design rates. Let's go over this. Because as a designer, you have to charge dollars. There's a couple ways to do this. You have, a lot of people like to do this, you have the hourly rate. How much should I charge an hour? There's that. You have the fixed rates. You know, my service, or this service equals this much amount of dollars for my client. And then you have the value pricing, where it is like, I don't give a price until I get enough sufficient amount of information to then give a price. And I'm gonna tell you my opinion on how you should price it as a designer. So let's go over the two. And by two, I'm gonna talk mainly about the hourly pricing and the value-based pricing. Hourly pricing is easily measured because so it's dollar amount and time together. Easily measured, but here's the thing. You're penalized when you work fast. I don't really like that because then there's a conflict of interest. The client wants things done fast and you want to make good quality work. And good quality work takes what? Time. You're kind of fighting. The client is trying to push time back and you know, get a certain result in a quicker time, or you're trying to drag out to get paid more and then create a better product. So you're really fighting the client. There's a conflict that really doesn't need to happen there. But the pro is that it's easily measured. Whereas value pricing, and if for anybody that doesn't know what this is, I use value pricing. And I like it because I feel that hourly pricing is a commodity, or doing hourly pricing is somewhat commoditized, especially when you're first starting out. Because if you say, it's gonna take me X amount of hours to do this, or give you this result, they'll be like, yo, I can buy that template, you know, at X, Y, and Z. First of all, I hope you're not working with those clients. That is one of the objections that some of the people that you may face have. Because I know my value, and I've had other videos about this, knowing your value and the results you bring, being able to sell to the clients you're talking with the value that you bring to the table. You're not just a machine. So I know that for myself. So I'm able to explain and relay to the client my value. And once they understand the value that I bring to the table and what I can do for them and the results I bring to them, then it's very easy for them to see over their objections to see where I can get them to. Once I get sufficient amount of information from my client, I then give them a base value number for the project. So what the sufficient amount of information does, it allows me to easily scope my project. So I can say, you know, okay, we're going to do specifically X, Y, and Z, and I'll be doing the X, Y, and Z in this matter, and put a price to that. And then we will have a piece of paper that says I am responsible for X, Y, and Z. And outside of that scope, additional charges will accrue. I feel that it's just a lot simpler. Everybody that's around the table knows what's going on, and I'm able to charge more than somebody that is hourly or fixed price because I'm able to sell. And again, I've had a couple videos on the ability to sell your skills as a designer, to be able to sell my skills and show my value, that I'm able to sell my services higher than other designers because I'm able to relay these things to my clients, to show my value, put my value on the table. So this is why I like value-based pricing. And you show value through experience, results, and asking good questions. This is how you beat your competitors. Let's say we have designer A. Designer A is a hourly priced designer, and designer B is a value-based designer. Hourly based designer is going to, what their pros are is they can measure that stuff, but then you see, like when they're in the client meeting, the client is going to try to fight them on hours to make the cost less. Whereas designer B they would prove their worth through selling their not only knowledge, experience, and results to prove why the price point at which they're offering their services is accurate. I just feel like hourly is more of a struggle because clients are more likely to fight hours down, whereas if you can relay to them the value you and your team bring to the table and have them understand what exactly you'd be doing for them and the results that you can bring, that they are more likely to pay you more for understanding the value you bring. So that's really what it is. I just feel like hourly, it gets messy. The client trying to, you're trying to give a good product, but the client's like, I want to pay less. I feel like every time that I've done hourly spec work, clients just tried to cut me down, cut me down, cut me down. The reason I switched to value-based projects is because I could give the full amount of value I know I'm capable of doing for the exact price I would like for it, and not get fought on price because I can relay what is within that price. Whereas if I was designer A, my client would be like, cut down on this, cut down on that, cut down on this. It was just a grind doing hourly work. So that's just my thoughts on being a designer, graphic designer, any type of designer, doing hourly rates versus value. So that's just my opinion and what I've done and what has worked for me, and what I've found is very helpful in not only negotiation, but how people view the two different types of work. I feel like when I did a lot of hourly work, people thought it was commoditized. People only wanted to buy very few of my hours and be like, get it done in X amount of hours. And it was very limiting. Whereas value-based pricing, I could set everything out in stone. This is what's going to happen. And everything that's going to happen is going to cost this much. I could sell that package. Okay, and I found that very hard to sell hours versus product. Anyway, guys, don't forget to comment, like, subscribe. Also, don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Brandon Groce. Anyway, guys, I will see you guys tomorrow. Brandon Groce out.